Your power is no longer just something that is recognized, it is a storm in itself. People will think twice about approaching you because your energy instantly reveals those who deceive themselves and those who are inadequate. From this point on, those who cannot cope with you will either retreat or disappear within their own boundaries. Now your light is so powerful that only those who deserve it can travel with you. You are here not to be ordinary, but to move the world. Are you ready? Because this journey is just beginning. Show the power that everyone in you aspires to by writing 777 in the comments. Start raising yourself by writing 777, because this number is a perfect step for the sustainability of your journey. The calling on your life is not for the faint-hearted. You carry a mission of profound intensity, an unrelenting drive to rise beyond mediocrity. When the weight feels crushing, let this serve as a challenge. Faltering is not an option. The path demands unwavering commitment, for the world is no place for hesitation or weakness. The mantle you bear burns with purpose, searing away illusions and leaving only truth in its wake. Your presence is transformative, a force that compels growth or exposes fragility. Like a furnace refining precious metals, those unwilling to evolve in your light will find themselves cast aside. You do not wait for affirmation. You exist to shift paradigms and dismantle false comforts. Breaking barriers is not an act of ease, but of divine intention. You carry authority that reshapes the very spaces you inhabit. It is not a whisper, but a thunderclap, demanding change and leaving no room for complacency. Your energy challenges pretense, forcing others to confront their own limitations. Those unwilling to adapt will be swept away, for your mission does not accommodate the timid. You are not a negotiator. You are a catalyst. Your role is to separate truth from lies, to dismantle facades and expose what hides beneath. As you ascend, the residue of those who cannot endure your presence will fall away. You do not plead for recognition. You step boldly into your purpose, unshaken by those who cannot keep up. Their departure is not your loss, but a testament to your unyielding resolve. Your authority is a reflection of trials overcome, of strength honed in adversity. It is not an accessory to be borrowed, but a foundation forged in fire. You are a disruptor, a force that unveils what is hidden. The unprepared will falter not because of your actions, but because they were never equipped to stand in alignment with your calling. Attempts to diminish your impact only serve to underscore their own inadequacies. Like an unmovable storm, you reveal truths that others would rather ignore. This is not a calling for the fragile or faint-hearted. It is for the bold, the relentless, and those unafraid to carry the weight of divine purpose. The trials you face reveal not only the strength within, but the divine alignment over your life. Those who attempt to undermine you, thinking they can manipulate your path without repercussion, inevitably find themselves ensnared by their own decisions. I recall situations where trust was shattered by those who masked their envy with false smiles. People I once held close chose to betray that trust, thinking their actions would go unnoticed. Yet life has a way of turning deceit back onto the deceiver. Without warning, their lives began to crumble. Their once reliable resources vanished, their carefully laid plans disintegrated. They sought me out later, their desperation apparent, yet I had no need to respond. The hand of divine justice had already intervened, showing them that their actions carried consequences beyond their understanding. In another instance, attempts to diminish my light in professional settings were met with an unshakable truth. True purpose cannot be overshadowed. Efforts to exclude me only magnified the impact of my contributions. I stopped doubting myself and embraced the realization that reducing my presence to fit the comfort of others was a disservice to my calling. As I stood firm, the same schemes meant to deter me became the catalyst for my advancement. The individuals who sought to block my path were left grappling with their own irrelevance. This is not a story of vengeance, but a testament to how unwavering purpose can dismantle opposition without retaliation. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Your presence holds a transformative weight, challenging those around you to rise or be exposed. It is not your task to accommodate mediocrity or shield others from the intensity you bring. People may misunderstand your conviction as arrogance, but they fail to grasp the divine purpose that drives you. When you step into a room, you elevate the atmosphere, demanding excellence without uttering a word. Those unable to match that energy will naturally fall away, leaving space for alignment with those who truly belong in your orbit. Your strength is not optional, it is essential, and those who resent it are merely unprepared to withstand its force. To challenge someone aligned with a higher calling is to pit oneself against a force far beyond human understanding. History has shown time and again what happens to those who refuse to heed the warnings of divine alignment. When a leader driven by hubris stands against the chosen, they are not merely opposing a person, but the purpose that propels them. This defiance is a dangerous gamble, and arrogance blinds them to the inevitable collapse that follows. There's no victory in defying a destiny anchored in unshakable purpose. Those who try find themselves dismantled by the very forces they sought to overpower. Their pride becomes their undoing, their strength reduced to dust under the weight of a greater will. Attempts to stifle your growth or silence your voice are futile against a power that cannot be dimmed. Those who seek to undermine you are not contending with ordinary resolve. They are grappling with a purpose too vast for them to comprehend. While they conspire in the shadows, your light continues to blaze, unrelenting and brilliant. This isn't about retribution. It's the reality of existing as someone who moves with intention and divine clarity. Every obstacle they place in your path becomes a stepping stone, every setback a lesson that sharpens your resolve. Your ascent is inevitable because it's not rooted in chance, but in design. Those who seek to challenge that rise will find themselves trapped in the ruins of their own attempts. Your presence alone demands transformation. It's not negotiable or optional. It is an unyielding call to those around you to rise or step aside. The discomfort others feel is not your burden, it's their reckoning. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your intensity or your purpose. Their inability to keep pace is not a reflection of your path, but a testament to the limits of their own capacity. When you walk into a room, you shift the dynamic, not out of arrogance, but out of necessity. Change follows you, not because you force it, but because your presence reveals what can no longer remain hidden. Those who can't adapt will naturally fade, their absence creating space for those who are ready to grow. The strength you carry is not born of fleeting moments, but of trials endured and lessons embraced. When opposition rises against you, it does not weaken your resolve. It only underscores the depth of your alignment. Those who attempt to disrupt your purpose are not fighting you. They are fighting the inevitability of a force greater than themselves. Their plans unravel because they are rooted in shallow intentions, and shallow roots cannot withstand the storms of truth. You need not lift a finger. Their own actions will seal their fate. The divine justice that surrounds you does not waver or falter. Those who step against you are stepping into their own undoing. Stand firm and let their choices carry them to their rightful conclusions. Like a river, flowing with unstoppable force, your purpose carves its way through every obstacle, eroding anything that dares to block its path. The strength of your calling is not dependent on others' approval or support. It flows directly from the divine source that set you in motion. Those who stand in opposition to you are like stones trying to dam a current far beyond their control. Instead of halting the river, they find themselves swept away, consumed by the very resistance they tried to impose. This is not an accident. It is the intentional and unwavering justice of divine purpose at work. Opposition against you is never without consequence. It sets in motion the very forces that dismantle those who dare to obstruct your journey. The people who attempt to derail your progress, whether through schemes, lies, or manipulations, ultimately dig their own graves. Their influence fades, their ambitions crumble, and their efforts evaporate under the weight of their own choices. This isn't just karma, it's the precision of a higher justice, a system far beyond human understanding. Their plans against you do not prosper. Instead, they become the tools of their undoing. Every false word, every act of sabotage, every betrayal they unleash becomes another brick in the fortress of their own downfall. You do not need to retaliate or defend yourself against those who conspire against you. The divine balance is already at work, ensuring that justice unfolds exactly as it should. Their energy, once directed against you, rebounds upon them with twice the force. It's not you they are fighting, it's the power that propels you forward. It's the purpose within you that cannot be halted, the unstoppable tide of divine alignment that clears the way for your progress. Those who oppose it are not simply misguided. They are engaging in a battle they can never hope to win. Like seeds sown on barren ground, their efforts bear no fruit. Instead of flourishing, their actions rot in the soil of their own intentions. Betrayals don't harm you. They serve as reminders of the strength of your path. Lies don't weaken you. They only expose the truth of their desperation. Acts of sabotage don't stop you. They become stepping stones, elevating you higher as they sink lower. The very force they expend trying to block your journey is the same force that ensures their eventual collapse. This isn't about vengeance or malice. It's about alignment. You are aligned with a purpose that moves in perfect synchronization with divine justice. The same power that propels you forward also protects you, ensuring that anything not meant for your good is stripped away. Those who come against you are ultimately fighting against the one who sent you, and that's a battle no human can win. Their resistance becomes their ruin, and their downfall is not your doing. It's the inevitable consequence of their actions. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the transitory concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Stand firm in the truth of who you are and what you are called to do. You are not here to fight battles against petty opposition. You are here to fulfill a mission that transcends human schemes. Your focus isn't on those who try to tear you down, it's on the purpose that lifts you up. Let the river of your calling flow freely, washing away everything that doesn't belong. Keep moving forward, knowing that the divine force behind you is greater than any resistance before you. Their plans will falter, their power will fade, and their attempts will be forgotten as your journey continues toward its unstoppable destination. You are a catalyst for transformation, a force that requires change wherever you go. Those who lack the fortitude or vision to align with your purpose will find themselves slipping away. This isn't a reflection of failure on your part, but a demonstration of alignment in motion. The path you walk demands readiness, clarity, and strength. When someone can no longer fulfill their place in your journey, they are moved aside, not out of spite, but necessity. The spaces they vacate are filled by those better prepared, individuals who resonate with the energy and commitment required for the mission at hand. Just as gaps in the foundation are repaired with stronger materials, your life adjusts to ensure only what supports your elevation remains. Their departure is not a loss, it's the natural order making room for what truly belongs. Your truth is your power, and your presence shifts the equilibrium of any space you enter. Those who are not prepared for your intensity often mislabel it as excessive, but their discomfort is merely the reflection of their unpreparedness. You are not here to pacify or appease. Your existence demands honesty and growth. The ripples you create force others to confront themselves, to examine the gaps in their convictions, and to face the truths they've avoided. This discomfort is not your burden. It is their awakening. While some will step up to the challenge, others will retreat, unable to withstand the pressure. This is their choice and their journey, not your responsibility. Your light doesn't waver to make others comfortable. It shines to reveal what lies hidden. You were never meant to blend into mediocrity or dim your brilliance to appease fragile egos. Those who cannot endure your energy will naturally fall away, their inadequacies laid bare by the clarity you bring. You were sent to dismantle illusions, to uproot complacency, and to challenge the status quo. This is not a calling for the faint-hearted. It is a path for the resolute. Let their discomfort be their teacher, and their absence a confirmation of your purpose. You are the spark that ignites transformation, a presence that forces authenticity wherever it lands. Let go of doubts, release the need to apologize for your strength, and walk boldly in your purpose. Those who remain are the ones equipped to journey with you. Those who fall away were never meant to stay. Like a lighthouse standing firm amidst raging storms, your purpose is a beacon for those seeking truth and a challenge for those who prefer the shadows. You weren't placed here to sway with the winds of doubt or dim your light to comfort those afraid of its brilliance. Your calling is divinely designed to illuminate the path, whether others choose to follow or retreat into the darkness. This isn't about arrogance or ego. It's about understanding that the strength within you isn't yours alone. It's a reflection of the one who called you to stand apart. You are not an ordinary light. You are a guiding fire, unwavering and unapologetic. The unease others feel in your presence has nothing to do with your actions or intentions, and everything to do with what your light exposes in them. Some may see your confidence and call it pride. Others may mislabel your boldness as intimidation. But the truth is simpler. They are uncomfortable because they see in you what they have yet to find within themselves. Your power doesn't originate from earthly sources, and that is precisely why it cannot be diminished by earthly critiques. God's anointing on your life isn't up for debate. It's written into your very being, and the weight of it is both your responsibility and your strength. You don't soften who you are to make room for mediocrity. You don't dim your flame to comfort those unwilling to face their own shadows. Like a tree planted by living waters, you are rooted in something far greater than fleeting opinions or fragile insecurities. Your presence commands attention, not because you seek it, but because the authority you carry cannot be ignored. Those unable to handle the intensity of your purpose will naturally distance themselves or falter in their attempts to remain. This is not your burden to bear. It's their own reflection staring back at them. Your strength is not a flaw, nor is your intensity something to apologize for. Instead, it's a divine marker of the mission you've been given. Embrace it fully. Let the ones who can't handle your fire step away. You weren't created to cater to convenience or adjust your path for the comfort of others. Just as a hammer cannot fulfill its purpose without force, you cannot walk in your calling without unapologetic resolve. Truth has weight, and not everyone is prepared to carry it. But that's not for you to decide. It's for them to confront. Even Christ himself encountered those who couldn't walk beside him. When his teachings became too much, when his truth demanded more than they were willing to give, they turned away. Yet, he did not water down his message or soften his mission to keep them near. He knew that his purpose was not to please, but to transform, and that transformation is a choice not everyone is ready to make. His journey wasn't derailed by their reluctance, it was refined by their absence. The same holds true for you. Your path is not for everyone, and that's precisely what makes it sacred. Your intensity acts as a filter, a divine process that separates those who are ready from those who are not. It's not rejection, it's alignment. When people fall away from your life, it's not because of something you've done. It's because they were never equipped to walk where you're going. This is God's way of refining your circle, ensuring that only those truly prepared for the journey will remain. Trust that process. Trust the wisdom that removes the weak and elevates the strong. You are not here to blend in or go unnoticed. You are not a whisper in the wind. You are a voice that shakes foundations, a force that commands growth and confronts complacency. Weakness cannot stand in the presence of your purpose, and mediocrity has no room in your orbit. Your life is designed to disrupt the ordinary, to challenge what is stagnant, and to bring clarity to what has been hidden. Those who can't rise to the level your calling demands will find themselves fading, not because of your actions, but because of their own unwillingness to grow. This is the truth of divine refinement. Not everyone can withstand the fire of your purpose, and that's by design. Just as gold is purified through heat, your path demands that only the strong remain. Those who try to bring you down to their level will find themselves weighed down by their own inadequacies, their criticism, their gossip, their attempts to undermine you, all of it will fail because it is rooted in the insecurity of their own hearts, not in the truth of your calling. And when their efforts crumble, it will not be your hand that caused their downfall. It will be the justice of a plan greater than either of you. Do not waste your energy apologizing for what God has placed inside of you. Do not question your worth because others are uncomfortable with your light. You are chosen for a reason, and that reason demands that you stand firm. Those who remain by your side will do so because they are ready, because they are strong enough, and because they are aligned with the purpose you carry. Those who cannot keep up will fall away, and their departure is not a loss. It's a sign that the path ahead is too steep for them to climb. Your purpose is not fragile, and neither are you. The resistance you face is not a sign of failure. It's proof that you are walking in alignment with a calling that disrupts comfort zones and exposes truths. You were not sent to conform, but to transform, to bring light into places that have long been overshadowed by fear and doubt. Keep shining, keep standing, keep moving forward, knowing that your presence alone is a catalyst for change. Remember this, your mission is not just about personal growth, it's about divine impact. The ones who oppose you, who criticize you, who try to bring you down, they are not challenging you alone. They are challenging the one who sent you. And that is a battle they cannot win. Let their discomfort, their envy, their resistance serve as confirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are the storm that clears the path, the flame that purifies, and the voice that speaks life into the world around you. Do not doubt your power. Do not dim your light. Stand boldly in your truth, and let those who cannot handle it step aside. Your journey is unstoppable because it is guided by a hand that cannot fail. Your path is deliberate, designed to elevate those who are prepared while naturally discarding what does not belong. The discomfort you provoke in others isn't a sign of rejection, but a process of refinement. Only those equipped with resilience and clarity can walk alongside you. When someone's presence in your life begins to falter, it is not your task to cling to what no longer serves you. Their exit creates room for those who are more aligned to step in. The strength of your journey demands companions of equal vision and determination. You are not meant to carry the weight of inadequacies. Those who attempt to hold you back are simply clearing the way for stronger, more capable allies. Now is the time to share God's blessings. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube, you can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Your authenticity is like a mirror, reflecting the truth others often seek to avoid. The power you carry exposes what lies beneath the surface, be it strength or insecurity. Those unwilling to face their shortcomings will find your presence overwhelming. Their criticism, their attempts to diminish you, stem from their inability to rise to the occasion. This isn't your burden to bear, it's their challenge to overcome. You do not dim your light to ease their discomfort, nor do you soften your resolve to make their journey easier. Instead, you remain steadfast, allowing your unwavering energy to illuminate both the paths forward and the obstacles to growth. Your purpose carries an undeniable force that dismantles pretense and false intentions. Those who attempt to oppose you are not battling just your will. They are contending with a force far greater, one they cannot hope to overcome. Every attempt to derail your mission is met with consequences that reveal the futility of their actions. Their plans unravel not because of your retaliation, but because of the unassailable nature of the calling that propels you. What they mean for harm only solidifies your foundation, ensuring that you rise even higher. Let their envy and resistance serve as a testament to the magnitude of your purpose. Their schemes are but shadows against the brilliance of your light, fading away as you continue forward. Your path is not for the weak or the unprepared. It is a journey that demands courage, authenticity, and unwavering faith. Those who cannot endure the intensity of your presence will naturally fall away, and their absence is a sign of alignment, not loss. You are an unshakable force, not because of your efforts alone, but because of the greater plan that carries you. Let others stumble over their insecurities. Your focus remains on the path ahead. Trust the process that removes what is unfit and amplifies what is necessary. You are a vessel for transformation, and the world around you must either adapt or fade away. Your journey is unstoppable, and your purpose undeniable. Keep moving forward, trusting that everything and everyone you need will meet you at the right moment.